Hello. Da 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 da. Yeah. Beautiful.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always kind of want to go into like the ending of the like Cowboy Bebop intro where it's like somebody do a mashup of the Mission Impossible Cowboy Bebop theme.
That would be pretty rad. And, you know, obviously, with that theme music out of the way, you know that we're talking about Shrek 2. 100% Shrek 2.
That's right.
Because that one singular scene where Pinocchio does the whole, like, thing with the wire. You know.
They do just straight up use the music, too, right?
Yeah,
it's not even like a parody of it. They must have gotten the license for it.
Mm-hmm. But no, actually, we're doing Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if you could
specifically the 19... Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait for it.
1996.
There we go. Were there earlier ones? Were there earlier ones?
Well, originally it was a TV series in 1966.
Oh.
We're not talking about that. But yeah, there was a TV series, which I've kind of been interested to go back and take a look at some point. Have we introduced ourselves?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm Mission, and this is Impossible.
They're going to say, I'm Tom, and you're Cruise.
Nah, I don't want to be Tom Cruise. But yeah, no, I'm really Grezy, and yeah, that's really Ergo.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying...
Yeah, going back into the other stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be interesting to go back to the TV series because there's kind of a link there with one of the characters. His older, like, mentor figure, Mr. Phelps, I think is technically, like, the protagonist of the TV show.
Oh, or something. Spoiler alert.
And so I remember
how
seeing...
the turntables.
Well, yeah, we should get... I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, we're talking about the 1996 movie.
Which would make sense since this is a 90s podcast.
I'm still having trouble getting to the page for the actual movie. There we go. I know how to navigate Wikipedia.
Jeez, Tom Cruise, why'd you make your wiki so difficult?
But yeah... What were we going to say? How do we do this? It's been a while since the last episode.
It has been a while. And actually, I'm probably going to be leaning on you a lot for this episode. Okay. Because quite frankly, we watched this movie about a month ago. Right? That sounds right.
I think so, because then... Yeah, we like take a week off, and then we had a week where we were doing other stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we just kind of skipped it the previous week. But we're here.
Yep, it's been a while.
Better late than never.
Long time coming, but we're here now.
This was our Mission Impossible.
It almost was. I legitimately wondered if we were ever going to get to it. I was like, is this impossible? No, but the mission would be possible in the end. Just like it was for Tom Cruise.
Yes.
AKA Mission Possible Man himself.
And so I'm a fan of the Mission Impossible movies.
You are.
I've watched all of them.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched all the like 007 movies too?
No. I was watching through them in like chronological order. I did get through a lot of them. I think I got up to like the 80s or something.
See, this is why I thought you had watched all of them.
No, yeah, I was watching them like from the beginning, and they're old movies.
Oh, was that one that I saw you watch before, where he was just going into different ladies' bedrooms, in that one facility in like the Alps or whatever. Yeah, that one. Okay, that was 007.
Yeah,
and then spoiler alert: that one lady gets shot in the head in the end.
Damn,
and it's like, damn, that sucks. He just married her.
Oh yeah, that was another movie. Yeah.
Yes. No, it was the same one, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like, how do I remember the plot line to this movie that you watched?
I mean, both of those things definitely happened in the movies. I just don't remember if it was the same one or different movies. They all kind of blended together.
Pretty sure it was the same one. Because, yeah, I was in the bedroom when you had it on.
Spoilers, James Bond's wife gets immediately killed. Immediately getting fridged right after the wedding.
Yeah, sorry for that spoil. You probably weren't expecting that particular spoil, so my bad.
Spoilers for a movie from like the 70s or whatever.
Yeah. And we won't even tell you which ones. You're going to have to go find that one.
Spoilers, James Bond was a ghost the whole time.
Yay!
But anyway, we're not talking about James Bond. We're talking about Mission Impossible, which is a different thing.
Different spy movie.
It maybe would have been good if they had done the James Bond thing where they changed the actor every once in a while. You know, maybe could have gotten someone besides Tom Cruise. But I mean, that is the thing with Tom Cruise. He's kind of the face of this franchise.
Like, I mean, his face is literally on.
Literally, I was this poster kind of sucks. It's just Tom Cruise. It's not. You get a little bit of like some buildings down there, and then it's just Tom Cruise's face from the side.
You mean to tell me that isn't what's going to happen in the movie? He's not a kaiju.
Yeah, he eats a whole city. Damn. Damn you, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like this franchise is kind of like his what do you call it, his personal project, basically.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I see Rizel says, would the mission be possible if it was a different actor? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't hate him in the movie.
Yeah, as the character he plays, he does a good job, I guess. Yeah, just Tom Cruise is, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's just, he's part of a cult that exploits people. But anyway, I mean, I don't know anything. Don't come after me.
What's Scientology? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the other cult.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no. Anyway, but one thing that was kind of interesting going back and watching this one again, because I kind of recently watched like the last movies that came out.
Yeah.
And in those movies, obviously it's the end of the series, he had kind of like solidified the Ethan Hunt character, as the name of who Tom Cruise plays, as this cool badass spy guy. But it's interesting going back to this one where you kind of get that younger Tom Cruise energy, like the kind of Top Gun energy. I haven't even seen Top Gun, but I've seen clips where he's like cocky. And like in that first scene where we see him, they're having like a meeting about the mission they're gonna do, and he's like chewing gum and he's like cracking jokes and stuff. And so it's just interesting because now in the current movies, he still kind of does some one-liners and stuff, but it's mostly like super serious and like dark and edgy or whatever.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. I was like, yeah, he's kind of fun in this movie. Yeah. Especially he's like. I mean, I've got to admit, he has like a charisma to him.
Yes. He does. I can agree.
Maybe we should get into the plot summary.
Yeah. How is he charismatic? In what way? In what specific order of events?
So we start out the movie with just going right into a mission. And we have Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt, and we have kind of his mentor father figure, who's this older agent named I think Jim Phelps. He's played by John Voight, who is another actor who I think is kind of a weird person in real life.
Like good weird or who weird?
Bad. And anyway, it's fine. And then also kind of a team of other people. The only one that really matters is Jim's wife, whose name I actually forget.
Mrs. Jims.
Mrs. Phelps. What's her name? Oh my god, it doesn't even list it here. Claire, that's it, right? Now I remember. That makes sense because Ethan keeps saying Claire all the time throughout this movie. Claire. Is his wife Claire. the reason that they're the only people that matter is because the rest of the team all gets killed during this operation, like right at the start. And it turns out they're doing a thing where there's a guy and they know that he wants to steal a list. They call it the knock list. It's like
the Nautilus,
something undercover, whatever. But it's the knock list, and it's basically a list of all the identities of all their secret agents. So if that were to get out, all their identities would be exposed to whoever got that information, and they could like pretty much. They would not be useful as secret agents anymore. They wouldn't be so secret. They would just be agents, known agents.
Damn.
But then kind of the twist at the end is that, oh no, wait, he doesn't figure that out until later. But as they're doing this operation, things kind of keep going wrong, and like one by one, they each get taken out, and somebody gets away with the knock list, and Ethan thinks that he is the only one who has survived. And so he goes to meet up with their supervisor, basically, Kittredge. And he goes to meet him at like a restaurant, and during this meeting he realizes that actually this whole operation was a sting, because the list that was stolen was not even a real list. It was basically just to try and expose a mole in the operation, who presumably would be the person that messed everything up and took the list. And because Ethan was the only one who survived, they think that he is the mole, and so he has to go rogue. He runs off on his own, and basically it goes on a mission to try and find
a mission, you say?
A mission to find an impossible mission to find Job, which was the code name of the mole. And along the way, he finds out that Claire didn't die. And so he's working with her. He gets some other guys to help. He gets a hacker played by Ving Rhames. He's pretty great. I love him.
Yeah.
And it's funny, he's the only other person besides Tom Cruise who I think sticks around through every single movie.
Really?
I think Ving Rhames is in every Mission Impossible movie. I think in some of them he has like a smaller role, but he's there in every one.
He was pretty cool. He was likable. I can see why.
And then also a famous French actor, Jean Reno. He's in like a bunch of action movies and stuff, I think. He's probably most known for The Professional. And so he's there. I don't even know why exactly they hired him, because he kind of fucks everything up. Oh, he's a helicopter pilot. For some reason, they needed a helicopter pilot.
Yeah, they needed a helicopter pilot. But you know what? He certainly doesn't stick around for other movies, and we'll find out why. Yeah. We'll see why.
And Ethan here's where the actual impossible mission is they're going to break into the CIA headquarters and steal the actual knock list, because Ethan,
the one they have is fake.
Right, the one that the real mole stole, the mole stole, was the fake one because it was, it had all
from
been
the sting.
Organized. And so he manages to contact the person who wants to buy the knock list and tells them, hey, Job is going to try and sell you a list that's like fake, but I'll get you the real one in exchange for telling me who Job is, basically. Or helping me catch Job so that I can get revenge because I'm so angry.
Pisses me off. I hate that guy.
Yeah. Which and that's also the scene where I was saying that he's very charismatic, is when all his interactions with what's her name, Max, she's like an arms dealer or something, I guess. She's some kind of criminal. Like, their conversations are great. I don't know, because they're so like he's like so goofy. I don't know. It's weird. Like, he has this like super relaxed attitude. Like when they put a bag over his head and kidnap him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" Right. They take the bag off his head, and the first thing he says is like, "I need $100,000 or something like that." And she's like, "What?" Anyway. Right, so they break into, and then that at the CIA headquarters is where we have the iconic scene where he drops down on the wire into the computer room.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. And they have this whole convoluted plan that involves, making a guy just have to shit himself a lot.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. That poor dude.
The guy that, like, runs the computer room or whatever.
Because, like, yeah, he has to go, because, like, his whole thing is he has like, a strict, like, schedule. He has to, like, check that room every couple of minutes, blah, 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 blah. And
he's the only one, there's only one guy has access to the room, and I think they need to keep him out of it, so they, like, drug his coffee so that he has to keep going to the bathroom.
He has to go to the bathroom. Poor dude. He's just trying to work. Yeah. I would be really pissed if somebody gave me, like, violent diarrhea, to keep me out of work. Yeah.
And they drop in there. Of course, they almost messed it up, but they just barely managed to get away with it. And then we have kind of our final set piece, where he's going to go meet Max on the train to give her the real knock list. Mm-hmm. But he runs into Jim Phelps, who turns out also did not die. Mm-hmm. And during their conversation, Ethan puts together that Phelps must be the mole. Mm-hmm. And then so then when they like confront each other on the train, he also figures out that the wife was in on it the whole time as well. Mm-hmm. And although she kind of like when Phelps is gonna kill Ethan, and then she's like, no, I don't know. She changed. Because I guess
she wasn't too like, she didn't aggressively go, no, don't.
Yeah,
she just kept going like, don't. He doesn't have to. Like, we don't have to kill him. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, and then I guess Phelps is maybe like, oh, you're in love with him, you hussy or whatever. No, I don't think that's
or whatever. No, kind of right. Like, well, maybe it doesn't blatantly say that.
She does die, but I don't think he was the one who I don't think he killed her. I mean, you have Wikipedia up. You can pull the you can pull that plot up if you want. But yeah,
on the train, Claire goes to the car. From Jim, realizes he's Ethan in disguise. The real Jim arrives. Mm-hmm. Ethan sends a live video. Oh yeah, right. Ethan exposes Phelps also. Mm-hmm. Tries reasoning with her husband, but Jim kills her.
Oh, okay. So you were right. I was wrong there. Yeah. My bad. I'll take the yellow.
Yeah, and again, I think you're right. She doesn't like jump in front of the bullet.
No.
But I think he gets offended when because I think Jim and Ethan are kind of in a standoff, and she says, "No, Jim," and he's like, "No, Jim." Like, shouldn't like, why are you taking his side? Kind of.
And I guess maybe that's why I got it.
So I feel like there was like a little jealousy or something there.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Ethan and the wife had been spending a lot of time together too. Mm-hmm. But anyway, and they go into a tunnel. It also turns out that Gene Reno, the helicopter pilot, was also working with Phelps.
Damn, he was everyone's a betrayer. Jeez.
Yeah, he was a plant by Phelps. And the train goes into the channel, the channel tunnel, with the helicopter like attached to it by like a grappling hook.
Crazy.
It's a great scene.
That whole scene, it is pretty rad. It is.
And I love that you see like the train conductor is like, or whoever is on the back of the train is like, no, it's in the tunnel. No, don't stop the train. Like, no. Speed up. There's a helicopter behind the train.
It's coming.
So that's a great scene. And then Ethan manages to beat them.
Fight. Yeah,
Ethan manages to beat them. He's got his name cleared.
The guy in the helicopter explodes.
Yeah,
which is why he doesn't come back.
They both explode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Ethan kind of like, what is it? He's like kind of. Oh, right, he like goes off the grid or something, but then as he's on a plane, somebody comes up and they're like, they kind of give him this coded message from that we saw at the beginning of the film that's like, may I offer you, this film? And it's like the same kind of tape that has their like mission briefings on it, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like,
because originally he's like, oh no, I don't need anything, because I think he thinks it's just a regular offer. Yeah. And then they're like, oh no, really?
What about the cinema of the Caribbean or something?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I know that code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun! That's the movie.
That's next mission.
Dang! I was just gonna say, I do think it's funny that when we initially started watching this, because we were watching it with our friends on Discord, and I was very adamant, almost as adamant as I was when I was wrong about that part about no, I don't think he killed her out of jealousy. I also incorrectly assumed I had never seen this movie, and you were like,
you watched it with me?
Yeah, exactly. You were like, you watched it with me, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Maybe I saw a part of it, and as we were watching it, I went, oh. Oh yeah, I remember this scene with the elevator and the guy going, oh, and it dies, because I remember being like, no, that sucks so bad. No, that's gotta hurt. And also, I kind of thought that character was cool, even though we only had him for a few minutes, But yeah, as soon as like all that stuff was happening, I'm like, okay, I was wrong. I can be wrong often, but I'll admit it. I'll admit to being wrong. I will always admit it. Be like, yep, no, you're right. I see where I went wrong. But yeah, this movie...
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
What do you think
possible.
of Mission Impossible?
Well, first of all, I'll say the mission was possible. They got it done. So the title's wrong.
Did it, yeah.
The mission was not impossible. But I liked it. I did really like the movie. I thought it was fun. I know it's taken us like about a month to actually talk about it. And that time apart wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't me like, I hate this movie, I don't want to talk about it. It just circumstances, that delayed us from doing the episode. So yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. We got to watch it with with our friends, so that was also fun, a fun experience. And spy movies are always interesting. I do like a good spy movie. I like action, and I like when they can, thread it well with comedy. I'm a sucker for, like comedy in my action movies and whatnot. And I feel like there were some jokes, they did, like you were talking about before. There were some good jokes in this movie. They did a good job.
Yeah, and it's just like such a solid movie. It's like you're just constantly being pulled along, I feel like. And then
I could see why they made at least only one more sequel.
Yeah, they made 7 more.
Damn, that many?
Yeah. And it's also interesting to go back to it because, in this one, kind of our big set piece, well, aside from there's obviously the heist part with the wires, but kind of the big action part is the thing with the train and the helicopter attached to the train. But like when you get to the later movies, that's like nothing. That's they keep raising the bar, so it's like,
it's gonna get even crazier from here.
Oh, that's not even that crazy.
It's gonna get convoluted.
A helicopter flying through a tunnel, whatever.
Now put a horse in that helicopter, and then we're talking.
Yeah, he would be like riding a horse, and then he would jump off the horse onto a helicopter or something crazy.
Sounds actually pretty rad.
I mean, even in the next movie after this ends with a motorcycle jousting fight.
Damn. Hey, speaking of motorcycle jousting fight, we recently watched with our friend, Knuckles. We watched the Knuckles TV series, and there was a motorcycle jousting match for a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the first thing I thought.
One of them was on a bicycle, but...
Tomato. What is a motorcycle but a souped up bicycle?
But yeah.
This movie would have been made even better with Knuckles in it. Can you imagine Knuckles the Echidna in Mission Impossible? How would he navigate that, Ergo?
Just punch everything. He wouldn't be dropping on the wire. He would just punch through the wall to get in there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Mission Impossible 2 and Knuckles.
Yes, please.
Ethan is like, we're going to have, I'm gonna, need some assistance on this job. I'm calling an old friend. And then your helicopter shows up, Knuckles jumps off the helicopter. He's like, it is good to see you, Ethan.
It is good to see you, Ethan.
You are a mighty warrior. I don't know, or whatever.
What am I punching?
But yeah, I enjoy it, and I love how it has like a big mix of stuff. It's got the heist, like basically the reason there is a reason why there are so many parodies of that scene, because it's really good. Yeah, it's like a little movie in itself. It's like there's a little heist movie in the middle of the spy movie.
Yes,
like
I agree, and because I referenced Shrek 2, earlier, and they absolutely did that part with the heist.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody references specifically that from this movie.
And I was thinking about it while you were talking about specifically the part on the train at the end. It hit me. I was like, it can't be the first time that's been done. Like, I'm sure old westerns and stuff have had like fights on trains and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
When we see movies nowadays, where there are these epic fights on trains, are they referencing Mission Impossible, do you think? Or
no,
or
that's definitely been fighting on top of a train has definitely been a thing.
Okay, it's different.
I actually think I remember seeing something. Actually, was it even like a Jackie Chan thing?
I'm gonna look it up while you're saying that.
Oh no, yeah, they're fighting on top of a train has always been a thing for sure.
Origin of
but
fighting.
It's always cool. I always love when a movie has a fight on top of a train. I'm like, hell yeah.
Right.
The interesting thing about the fight in this one though is that they actually really take into consideration like the wind.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching it, they like can't stand up.
They are
basically
holding on
the whole time. Look at like the wind is so strong. Like they have to crawl the whole time. So I thought that was interesting. That it's like trying to be kind of realistic in that way. And then they fly a helicopter into a tunnel.
I went to the internet and I guess the website Movies and TVs or something like that. Somebody said, what was the first film to have a fight on top of a moving train? Somebody said the earliest I can locate was a Mexican film, El Tren Fantasma. But somebody else...
The Ghost Train?
Yeah, so
cool name.
Somebody else was saying the oldest I know of is the Great Train Robbery, 1903.
That would make sense. It's great.
That's what I was thinking.
Also, that would literally be one of the first movies ever.
Probably, yeah.
had a fight on a train.
That would track. That would absolutely track.
I mean, hey, if you were one of the first people making a movie, you would be like, what do we want to put in this? Let's fight on top of a train.
Oh, fuck yeah, that sounds rad. Oh, yeah, our friend Iken was saying train levels in games can also be fun. Yeah, they are. Yeah, games, movies. There's just something
trains
about
make a good setting, even though it is just a line. I mean, maybe that's why it makes... It's simple, easy to understand. Just a straight line.
Perfect platforming kind of, setup.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy it.
I remember correctly, one of my favorite video game characters ever, Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus. I think
it's got to be a train level.
Yeah,
there.
Well, yeah, if I remember correctly, I think there was because you're destroying the train from within.
It's train heists.
Yeah. Pretty sure we also had a fight on top of it.
The Great Train Robbery was one of the first movies ever. You gotta have train. Something about trains. We're fascinated by them. Just as a people.
Mission Impossible, Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus. When is that happening?
I mean, there were Mission Impossible games. My impression is none of them were particularly good. I think also most of them didn't bother to get the rights to Tom Cruise's likeness. So you usually just have like a generic guy dude. Doesn't look like Tom Cruise.
Well, see, they could have made the game even better if they just did Mission Impossible. Again, Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus. Just do a Sly Cooper game. Put the character in there.
Mission Raccoon. I don't know.
Mission Raccoonus.
But yeah, I suppose we should also talk about how 90s it is.
See, this is the part I'm going to struggle with because since we watched it a month ago, my memory is pretty hazy. Yeah. And I want to say, based on at least my memory of what we watched, yes, there was definitely some 90s flavor. There were some 90s things, We got
90s computers.
Yeah, we did see 90s computers.
Part of the train thing that we didn't really talk about is that, Tom Cruise is doing the fight on top of the train, Ving Rhames as the hacker guy is like trying to block the bad guy's Wi-Fi. I don't know how they have Wi-Fi in 1996 on a train too.
See, that was the hacker thing.
Yeah, I don't.
and the fact that that these are rich, cool people because they have access to the internet.
Yeah, it must have been like I think it was like a satellite. I think they even show a little picture of a satellite on the computer.
I think they did. Yeah,
it was like a satellite uplink or something. They're like upload the list or whatever. And then he's like deploying a jammer, which then he kind of gets tracked down because everybody around, like in a radius around him, all their cell phones stop working, which also, again, cell phone. Everybody had cell phones in 1996, apparently. Because everybody starts being like, oh, what? I can't hear you.
What the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, somebody's got a jammer. So, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Definitely, yeah, lots of 90s computers all over the place. Ethan, there's an iconic scene where Ethan browses through, like, forums, or they're not even, it's a thing, but...
Ask Jeeves?
No, even more ancient.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you call it? Listserv or whatever?
What is it called?
But I just remember somebody pointing out that I think you can see at one point Mission Impossible furry content.
I was going to say, Ergo, I thought you typed furry content for a second, and you legitimately did.
I did type in furry because somebody mentioned...
Furry fan art.
No, this isn't what I want.
I want to see that. Let's see that.
No. Never mind. This is going to be too hard to find. I'm finding out that apparently there's a crossover between the furry fandom and the Mission Impossible fandom. Somebody was like,
Hell yeah!
My Mission Impossible fursona or whatever. I was like, okay, this is what I'm looking for.
Hell yeah!
I just remember somebody at some point pointing out, he's like browsing through, is it listserv? That's the other thing I want to look up. Or it's like, God, what were they called? Fucking... What is that shit called? Whatever. Anyway, it was like a really old thing from the internet. And one of the like categories that he browses through, like briefly, that you can briefly see, it says something like furries or whatever. Anyway, and I remember I was trying to find it when we were watching the movie, but I couldn't see it, so I don't know, maybe that was
that's
wrong.
Why you typed furry. I thought you misspelled funny.
No.
I thought you were trying to find a funny scene. That's what I thought. I forgot there was the furry part.
It was like at some point you could see one of the websites that he like scrolls past says something about furries. But anyway, I was hoping I could find a picture of it to share, but I can't.
Go do your own research. Go look at it.
So anyway, the entire point that I was trying to say is there's some 90s internet stuff there.
Yes.
Fashion is hard to say because I don't know. They're wearing spy stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you kind of just see people in suits.
Yeah. And as we have learned, as I mentioned most times nowadays, that the fashion of the 90s is a bit more muted than we originally first thought, Yeah. Like you and me.
When it's not kids, pretty much.
Correct, yeah. So, like, I would say, it's baseline 90s fashion, probably. So,
Yeah, nothing that really stood out.
Yeah, nothing aggressive.
What about, like, the hair, even? Again, everybody kind of just has professional hair. I don't know. Like, maybe some of the women's hair was a little more 90s.
Yeah.
The guys all just kind of had, like, buzz cuts and whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. They had, like, shorter hair, buzz cuts, stuff like that. I would say, probably... I would give that, like, mid-grading,
Yeah.
For all that.
Yeah, and then, like...
Music, though, I would say soundtrack-wise... Because the cultural impact of the that whole thing, I wonder if that does give it more points because it holds such a weight in, it's like held the test of time for so long.
Let's look at our composer.
Yeah.
Because it does. We've talked about 90s orchestra music. Danny Elfman. I forgot it was Danny Elfman.
Hell yeah,
did this. Which, he did a bunch of 90s stuff. Like the Batman movies and
Men in Black.
I would consider him pretty iconic 90s composer.
I would too. So I would say the music...
Obviously, he's had a career outside of the 90s as well. Yeah. But
the 90s was very prolific. He had a lot of prolific... things to compose back then. So yeah, I would say that the music category would rank higher in terms of like the 90s, ability.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tons of 90s movies.
Hell yeah. I saw Flubber in there. Hell yeah.
Flubber. I'll do that eventually.
Flubber.
I was about to say, we got into Robin Williams movies. We did do a Robin Williams movie.
We did.
That's our current number one in terms of 90s-ness.
That's right, got 99.
I'm just going to bring up our list.
Oh yeah, we're going to need that. So yeah, I would say, so like if we are, so like hashing out rankings, would we say that this is like a 95? Or again, here, let's look at what we've got in terms of like,
reminder.
Yeah, because We're Back has 94. Our lowest one is still Silence of the Lamb and Sixth Sense tied for the 90s feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, is it more 90s than those movies? And is it as 90s as Muppets Christmas Carol or Slappy and the Stinkers?
Okay, right. I forgot Muppet Christmas Carol was our movie that's right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I guess part of the thing I also usually try to think of is like, could I imagine this movie coming out in the 80s or the 2000s?
Yes, that's a fair.
And for me, I would say not the 80s, but this has a little bit of a 2000s feel to me. I don't know.
I was going to go a little bit the opposite. I was going to say,
really?
I feel like I could see this in the 80s.
Okay. Because I guess, I don't know, when I think of like this kind of 80s action movie, it's just different from this. This feels like too clean.
That's fair.
To be an 80s action movie.
I mean, although, wait, I watched RoboCop with you and our friend.
Yeah, we did watch RoboCop
gross.
Recently. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But what year was that? That was the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying this is too clean for that. Okay.
Yeah. 80s movies had tons of violence and stuff.
Okay.
And this one, the violence does happen, but it's mostly kind of off screen.
My brain heard the opposite for some reason initially, so I was like, wait a second, RoboCop was nasty.
Yeah, and this wasn't really.
Yeah, making a good point. This is definitely more clean. So yeah, I could see that. It would lean more into the 2000s with that regard. Okay.
But then again, that's also kind of a 90s thing. I guess. But then also the 2000s were also kind of like where you got more edgy.
Yeah.
Even in the Mission Impossible series.
Which is why I guess I do kind of lean a little like, or
maybe
why
it is
my
more...
bias was a bit 80s was because of, well, one, when I see like live action movies, like, I'm biased because I don't watch a ton of live action movies.
You think of live action movies as 80s?
Not necessarily. It's just live action and because what year was this again? 96. Okay.
Kind of in the middle.
In the middle there. When I think of slightly like early 90s movies. This is more obviously mid 90s movie. I guess I kind of look a little bit to the 80s. Maybe the feel just makes me think 80s for whatever reason. Like I wish I could articulate exactly where my brain is trying to go with it. Because I do agree with you. I do feel like, yes, this does have a 2000s feel, but it also has a little bit of an 80s feel to me. And I don't know why entirely.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that means it just averages out and it is just a 90s
movie. Yeah, I was thinking that too, because I'm like, you know what? But yeah, it is definitely not an 80s movie, and it is not a 2000s movie. So yeah, it is very 90s then. It's right there in the middle of that. So that makes sense.
This might be one where it's like...
Is this going to be a mid 90s, you think?
I feel like this is going to be in kind of in the middle of our scale. Because it... I don't know. See, now I'm thinking about like Mrs. Doubtfire is our maximum 90s movie. But this, but that was kind of because.
Well, Robin was very 90s, like Robin, very popular in the 90s. Yeah,
was very 90s.
There's a lot of elements in that.
This feels, again, like nothing really stuck out to me as particularly 90s in terms of like I was going to say the story, and then of course I'm like, well, if it came out in the 2000s, it would be about like terrorists or something instead.
Yeah.
So there's that. This is before 9/11, so obviously it has a different feel there. So it is 90s.
I mean, I guess I would say in our like higher range, like mid-higher range, Casper is another like live action 90s movie. Would you say in terms of the overall feel of the movie, like 'cause obviously the genres are very different. Casper was a family friendly movie, whereas this is more like action, oriented.
Yeah.
But like, do you think it is in that same wheelhouse? Like, do you think it's around that like 96 in terms of the grade level, or do you think it's a little more closer to like what we gave Sixth Sense and Silence of the Lambs? Because I guess it does kind of make me think a little bit more of like Silence of the Lambs in that regard.
Sure, if we
maybe a little bit more.
If we started from there, I would maybe go up. Because the Silence of the Lambs we gave a 93. I would give this one maybe 95. Because if I'm thinking this has way more 90s technology stuff.
Yes.
So it definitely gets points for that. And
I would agree.
The score, the music, also I feel like gives it a bit more of a point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would kind of feel okay with like a 95.
I think I would be inclined to agree with you on that. I would say, either 95 or maybe 96. Like, I could be persuaded. Because, I am thinking of, like, yes, Danny Elfman as the composer. And the fact that, in terms of fashion, it is a little bit more muted. So, like, their fashion was probably fairly 90s-esque. And then, like you were mentioning, the technology. I guess another thing that would maybe eke it out to a 96, because I'm happy with keeping it at 95, but I could maybe see it getting maybe a 96 if we would be able to prove that the main star, Tom, was he more prolific in the 90s?
That's a good point, because I would associate him more with the 80s, probably because of like Top Gun.
Because that is an iconic role, but did he have a lot of
and now I'm trying to think what did
roles.
Tom Cruise do?
What did Tom Cruise do?
Many people are asking this.
What did he do?
What did Tom Cruise do? Hold on.
His filmography,
controversy has gone all segment there.
Yep.
1990s dramatic roles, according to Wikipedia.
Whoa.
Days of Thunder, where he kind of did like a bunch of these. Far and Away is a Western romantic adventure.
Interview with the Vampire.
A sports action drama.
Because we've been watching
Interview
anime,
with the Vampire.
I thought you were going to say sports anime for a minute there.
He did a sports anime. I forgot he's in Interview with the Vampire. Right. That is 90s. I guess we got to do that eventually. So I guess he is pretty 90s.
Can we see that like list? I usually work better seeing that formulated out in a numbered list, as Jenny Nicholson would say. But can you pull that up maybe on the wiki?
I can try.
There we go. There's my list.
Because Interview with the Vampire, then it was Mission Impossible, Jerry Maguire, Eyes Wide Shut, Magnolia. So he was working pretty consistently through the 90s.
But what about in relation to the 80s and the 2000s, which has more? This is what I'm saying.
Honestly, he was pretty consistent all the way from the 80s to the 2000s and even beyond. He has almost done a movie every year since the 80s.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Busy.
Up until almost every year since he started, he has been in a movie with just like a couple gaps.
Yeah, could you go down real quick?
What? Do you want to look at the more recent ones or what?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yep.
Appreciate it. But I guess, would you say that's like kind of mid-range, like?
Then I guess that kind of goes with what we were saying of it's kind of spread. If Tom Cruise is spread out, this movie is kind of spread out.
So I would be happy putting it at a 95 if you think so. If you think that
maybe right in the middle is where it goes. Completely mid in terms of its 90s-ness. Because, yeah, it definitely has stuff that roots it in the 90s, but overall is not, like, not something that you would be like, oh, I wonder what the 90s were like. I'll go watch Mission Impossible. Like, I feel like that wouldn't necessarily be like my recommendation to show somebody what the 90s are
Although,
like.
I guess to that point, though, I could also say I wouldn't be hugely surprised if it didn't end up in a list of movies somebody was saying like, oh yeah, all these 90s movies, and it lists off a couple 90s of them.
Movies.
I don't think it would be the iconic one, but I could maybe see it as a list, in a list of them.
Compared to, say, like Mrs. Doubtfire or Space Jam.
Space Jam,
or Slappy and the Stinker.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, don't watch Mission Impossible. You gotta go watch Slappy and the Stinker.
Yes. I will continue to say that every single episode from here on out. Yeah. Slappy and the Stinker. Go watch that one instead.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do yourselves a favor. Educate yourselves. Educate yourselves. But yeah, I'm so proud of us. The mission was not impossible. We did finally talk about Mission Impossible. We did it. Yeah. We gave it a ranking. We gave it a 95. Now, I guess the next mission that we have to complete, or at least begin, is choosing the next movie. And it's my turn.
It is your turn. Have you thought about this?
I have thought about it.
I was gonna say, have you?
I have.
Okay.
I still want the list up though, but yeah, because earlier, like maybe, whoa, our bug zapper went off. Haha, get it. I know earlier, like maybe a couple weeks ago, we were talking about, or I was talking about Catstone Dance with one of our other friends, and how I had wanted to see that again. So that is something I am thinking about. I would not say no to doing that one next. I feel like there was another one I was also contemplating if I wanted to do that one, or just the other day we were talking about Iron Giant too, and I'm like, oh man, I love Iron Giant. It's been so long. And that would be an interesting one because that would be a movie that is very not 90s. Or sorry, in terms of its setting. Yeah, that's what I meant to say before I had to swallow. But yeah, it is very much not set in the 90s. So that would probably be like one of our first ones. Yes. Like, because all the other
Muppet
ones...
Christmas Carol, technically.
Oh, okay. Second.
That one doesn't even really count that much, though. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of wondering between Catstone Dance and Iron Giant.
Yeah, neither of those really take place in the 90s, right?
I guess.
Doesn't Catstone Dance is also kind of in like the olden days?
I guess so.
Or is it modern day? I don't remember.
It is kind of modern day, yeah, but if I remember correctly, and this is me not having seen it for a couple of years, the main villain is kind of like...
right, she's kind of a parody of
Shirley Temple.
But
even though Shirley Temple, I don't think was anything like what Darla did.
Yeah, but just in terms of like her visual.
Yeah, they based her design and some of her career off of her, I think.
An alternate 1939.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, both those movies would not be very very set in the 90s. Ooh. Yeah. But which do I want to watch more? Which do I want to watch more?
Oh my god.
Do you want to watch a movie about anthropomorphic cats singing and dancing?
Going to Hollywood?
Or do I want to watch a boy and a robot and I cry every fucking time? Oh my god. At the end, I'm always a wreck. Like internally and externally, mostly too. Do you cry at Iron Giant?
Maybe a little.
If I picked that, would I?
When he says
cry?
that line, when he says the word,
when he says,
we don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, when he says that phrase, when he says that word. Oh yeah, me too. Oh, which do I want to? If you had to pick of the two, I'm not saying
probably
I'm going to go
Giant.
with it. Okay. Do I want to watch Iron Giant more? I do like to quote that. We quote. This is totally too much information. You don't need this. But some Ergo and Grezy lore if you want it. We do quote that a lot to each other. We're like, I'm going out.
Yeah.
Sports slugger champ.
Sport slugger champ.
We quote that part, that scene a lot. I feel like there's some other ones that we do from that movie, but that's like the main one that I remember quoting with you. But I feel like there's another. Well, I mean, there's the iconic line too, you know, that, which I won't spoil. We'll talk about that if we watch it. But is there another one? Or is it just those two?
That's the only thing that really stands out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that whole movie is great. That whole movie is so good. You know, as much as I do want to watch Cats Don't Dance, and Ergo, you could pick it if you want. You could pick Cats Don't Dance for your next one. Aw. But you could, though. You could. I think I do want to do Iron Giant. Yeah, I'll watch Iron Giant. Oh, no. Somebody twist my arm. I'm going to have to watch Iron Giant.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. One of the best animated movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And actually, no, take the animated out of that. Just one of the best movies I've ever watched in my life, you know? It is got impeccable animation. It's beautiful, but man, the movie itself, just great job. Great job. This gets more into what we probably will talk about in the actual episode, but it is interesting. I've read the book too, and it is very different from what I remember, if I can recall it correctly.
I was trying to remember, was it even a book? Was it a short story?
It was like a children's book, if I remember right. It was like
a shorter book.
It was a shorter book, yeah.
Was it like a picture book too?
It did have illustrations, yeah. It did, if I remember correctly what I was reading. But yeah, I remember some illustrations, so I feel like there were a good few of them.
And yeah, I think I remember, hearing that the plot is like completely different, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I like the movie we got.
Yeah.
I like the movie we got. And the book was good too. Like, I recommend checking it out if you haven't ever seen it. It's an interesting read. I don't remember a whole bunch from it. I do vaguely remember pictures, which is why when you asked that, I was like, oh yeah, there were illustrations. I do remember that. And I remember it being shorter in length. So if it wasn't like a children's book, it was definitely like, young reader type book. It was definitely shorter. So it would be an easy, quick read, and I think an enjoyable one. So you should totally gear up, do some homework before the next episode. You should read the book. Ergo, that goes for you. You should go read the book. You should go read it. What? Ah, boo.
I don't know how to read.
Oh. Oh, well, then. That's on that bummer of a note. You should go read a book, Ergo. Wow. But you know what?
I'll learn how to read before the next episode.
Yay! That mission is absolutely possible. I
was gonna say, is there like an ending theme? But no, it's just the same theme.
But yeah.
See, movies need to be more like anime, where they have a different opening and ending theme, you know.
And they have to have mid-roll credit. They need to have those little, like, you know, sometimes they'll have like the little mid card in there where it's like go before the commercials and after the commercials. Movies should do that too.
Oh, the eye catch.
That's what they're called. Yeah, eye catch. They should do those too.
When they have like, they do like an intermission.
Yeah, when they do like an intermission.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to
And now back to Mission Impossible.
Yeah! Just Sonic the Hedgehog is in that one, you know, for all of them. Sonic is in all of them.
Yeah, he does the Sonic says.
Yeah.
That's no good.
But you know what is good? My transitional scenes. And my transitional scene into this is thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope that you enjoyed our 90s ranking of Mission Impossible. Does it match what you would give this movie? I don't know. And that's all I got to say about that. Are you staring at me?
I was trying to think of a line from the movie to say. This thing is, there's not really a lot of like big one-liners or anything. Like, I need $100,000.
Yeah, me too. I want $100,000 too, and I hope you get $100,000 as well. Thank you, and until next time,
keep watching movies. And actually, I think that's a catchphrase from a different podcast. So I shouldn't steal that. I think I got that from a different podcast.
Keep it rad, because we're 90s.
Yeah, there you go. Totally. Yeah. That's original.
Oh, I'm glad that our friend Sir Icken showed up watching
No. I didn't plagiarize. Don't come after me, H-Bomb.
I'd like to see H-Bomb. I just want him to be cool.
Why is this guy? Well, I should just stop the stream.